Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to International ICHRIE's 2013 conference in historic St. Louis, Missouri. We are delighted to be able to have this year's conference in the beautiful Union Station Hotel. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to International ICHRIE's President, Josette Katz.
Good evening and welcome. It's my honor to kick off the 2013 ICHRIE Summer Conference. Let me begin by officially welcoming all International ICHRIE members and guests to the Gateway to the West. I hope that while you're here, you will take this opportunity to explore this amazing city, possibly even taking in the view from the Gateway Arch. Our theme for this year's conference is Making Connections in Hospitality and Tourism Education, and I'm very excited about the agenda we have put together for you. We will all have the chance to learn and share at the general sessions, the educational sessions, the marketplace, and of course we'll be able to connect with colleagues throughout the conference. For the third year, we have presentations from the winners of the annual ICHRIE Johnson & Wales Case Study Competition, as well as the Career Fair on Friday. None of this would be possible without the generous contributions and expertise by our corporate and institutional sponsors. We are very fortunate to have such generous leaders and partners. Let's give them all a hand. Before we introduce today's speakers, we would like to acknowledge the sponsor of this session, Sodexo. Thank you for your support of ICHRIE and sponsorship of this year's opening keynote session. Now it's my honor to introduce our distinguished guest and keynote speaker for International ICHRIE's 67th conference opening session, Lorna Donatone. Lorna C. Donatone is Chief Operating Officer and President of Sodexo Education. She leads Sodexo's business at nearly 500 public school districts and more than 850 college and university campuses, including private and K-12 schools in the United States, overseeing the work of more than 70,000 employees. Donatone is also Sodexo's worldwide education champion. She joined Sodexo in 1999 and has held several key leadership roles in the company, including President of School Services in 2007 and President of Spirit Cruises in 2002. Donatone is a board member of the Sodexo Foundation, Women's Food Service Forum, NRA, a trustee of NRAEF, and the Culinary Institute of America. Ms. Donatone serves as a national executive sponsor for Sodexo's African American Network Group. Donatone began her career in public accounting and has worked in airline, banking, and high-tech industries. She has a Bachelor's of Science in Management from Tulane University and a Master's in Business and Administration from Texas Christian University. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Lorna Donatone.
Well, good evening. I'm going to send my shorter bio next time and get a much smaller headshot because I was like, oh my gosh, that's too big there. I am grateful to be here. I feel like I am in a room full of friends. We're all in this wonderful industry of hospitality. You teach and create, and we develop and retain our future leaders. So thank you for inviting me to speak. When I was trying to figure out what to talk about tonight. I thought a lot about, what's happening with our industry, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that and what's happening in education today, because I do, as you heard in my bio, I lead our education business here in the United States, and it's changing, and so I thought about change, and I thought about all sorts of different things, and what I came away with was about relationships. And what I didn't realize what the theme of your conference was really until today. And so I think that it's going to work nicely because it's about connections. And tonight I'm going to tell you a little bit about Sodexo and about relationships that we value, such as our relationship with ICHRIE and with all of you. There are a number of our partner campuses in the audience today, and certainly future partner companies or campuses. So I'm gonna kind of talk a little bit about a lot of things, and then we're gonna have some time at the end for questions. I am a little bit of a time fanatic, and I like to be on time, and I've tried to be late before, and it didn't work. I've tried to hang around my hotel room and go right at the last minute, and then I run, so it just doesn't work. I'm always early. But anyway, the reason I decided to talk about relationships too is that in this digital age, and I am totally addicted to, it was my BlackBerry and now it's my iPhone, and I have embraced the social media and social networking. But in this digital age, I also think that relationships have changed and can change. And what's important to me is that I do what's necessary to maintain the relationships, whether it's in business, whether it's personal, whether it's family. And I have a 24-year-old daughter who is entering the workforce, and what I've tried to encourage with her is the value of networking and relationships and people to people, and that is invaluable. Our industry, the hospitality, the restaurant industry, that's what we do. We're service people, and it's about relationships. I want to thank you all for what you do. This relationship between Sodexo and ICHRIE is incredibly important. We want all your students. The way the business is growing and our needs moving out the next 10 years is we will hire millions of people. And we hire, in the United States alone, over 5,000 management level employees annually. And so Michelle Robinson is here with me, and she is in our talent acquisition group, and her job is in our higher education connections and how do we find the best talent. And I'm going to talk a little bit about some of my board work, which is near and dear to my heart. And many of you do know the NRA, but I always feel it necessary to say it's food, not guns, and it's wine, not spies, with the CIA. I've done that before with some friends and said I'm on the board of the NRA and the CIA, and they look at me like, what? And I say, food and wine, not spies and guns. So anyway, I am going to move on to the next slide. Let me tell you a little bit about who we are. Sodexo, and we describe ourselves as the world's leading quality of life services company. And you kind of step back and you go, well, what does that mean? And I get that question from some of our employees from time to time. We look at our business as business that what we do really matters. It matters to our partners, and I call our clients partners because that's what I want to be to you. I don't want to be a vendor. I want to be a partner. I want to help you succeed So what we do, whether it's delivering our on-site solutions, which I manage on-site solutions, a big part of my portfolio is food service, but a big part of my portfolio is non-food related. So it could be facilities management, it could be landscaping, it could be energy management, it could be a host of things. I look at our business and I say, the business of our partners is to teach, and anything else, if they want to look for a partner, we should be able to do it, and we should be able to create a solution for you. And it's about creating integrated solutions to solve your problems, not just come in and feed your students, not just come in and maintain your facilities. It's about how do we improve the quality of life for your students, for your faculty, for our employees. So it's all about what we do matters, and what we do is to improve the quality of life. And in our partner companies and campuses and school districts, but also in the communities that we serve. We have 3 sections of our business, as you can see on this slide: on-site services, benefits and rewards, and personal and home solutions. Sodexo is a large organization. We are the 20th largest employer in the world. We employ over 420,000 employees. 125,000 of those are here in North America, and 70,000 of them are in the education market, and I am so proud to lead that team. 18 billion euros we report in euros. We were founded in 1966 in Marseille, France. Our founder, Pierre Boulogne, still is chairman of the board, and we are based in Paris, France. I do get over there from time to time, but my office is in Gaithersburg, Maryland, right outside of DC, and that's where our North American headquarters is. We're in 80 countries, at over 34,000 sites. But the number that I always marvel at is the number of consumers that we touch on a daily basis. We serve over 75 million customers daily. Now that could be in a school, that could be on a college campus, that could be in a hospital, in a senior services, it could be in a corporation. You name it. We serve the Marine Corps. We serve all the bases of the Marine Corps here in the United States. We serve, one of the more interesting parts of our business is remote sites. We do offshore feeding and management of oil rigs, and in the Gulf of Mexico here in North America and all over the world. So a very diverse organization. And what we do, I like to say, is we create leaders with all our 420,000 employees. So let me bring it to our campus communities and improving the quality of life on campus communities. This is a relationship about our partners and our relationships with you and college campuses like you are from. 600 college campuses that we manage, 500 school districts. And in our college campus business, we talk about creating exceptional student experiences. And again, it's back to an experience. It is about what kind of food do we serve and what is the environment that we create for the students. But it is creating that exceptional student experience because, as you well know, a college student will decide fairly quickly once they visit whether they fit and whether this is the campus for them. And it could be the way it looks, it could be what the dining hall looks like, it could be a number of things. So many of those things we impact, so it's about creating those exceptional student experiences. And in our K-12 market, we talk about our student well-being and the holistic well-being of a child and a student as they go through their public school education. And is that around nutrition and health and wellness, or is it about how they fit into the environment and what happens in the community around them and what's happening at home? I started, and I once was on a college campus, as you heard in my bio. I went to Tulane and got my bachelor's degree, and then went on and got my master's from Texas Christian. My work experience, I am an accountant by training, and I said this the other day, and it really did make me sound kind of nerdy, but it's true. When I get high stressed, I like to go to a spreadsheet. I will go and look at financials because they are black and white. They're either good numbers or they're bad numbers. There's very little gray until you get to the analysis of numbers and the trends and things like that. But I concentrated in accounting for my master's work, and then I went into public accounting in Dallas and worked in public accounting for 4 years, moved to Washington, D.C., and then went to work for a client who was in the airline industry, and had a pretty typical financial career, first in the airline industry, then I went into the banking industry, and then I went into the legal industry. And it's the beauty of a career in finance and accounting that once you learn the KPIs, you can kind of go anywhere. And then my first CFO job was in a high-tech company. We sold software and engineering services in the cellular industry. And then Spirit Cruises was looking for a CFO in Norfolk, Virginia. And my husband had lived in Virginia Beach before, and I was ready for a change. And so I didn't really know Sodexo owned Spirit Cruises at that time. And Spirit Cruises is a river and harbor cruise business. So lunch and dinner, it was my entree into this hospitality industry. And I was there during 9/11, and I was promoted to president soon after that. The company was, as most of the hospitality industry was, just so decimated after 9/11. And I was president. We sold the business in 2006. I came into the core business of Sodexo as president of school services, and then in 2010, I was promoted into my position where I am today. I tell you this story because it's about the relationships created within Sodexo as I grew my career, and where did I end up, and the people I met along the way that helped me along were so incredibly important. And I bring that today into every student I see. And I don't know whether right now it's because I have a 24-year-old who is kind of getting into the workforce, but I look at students and I go, I will help any student who sends me a resume. I absolutely will. I will help them traverse. I will help them get connected to people because it's about those relationships. And they're usually on a college campus and they're trying to break into the workforce. But I have been very fortunate in my career, and I believe it's my job to give back. I want to talk just a little bit about the relationship with the communities that we have. We have employees with a passion to serve, and I think that's why I love this industry. Probably like a lot of you gravitate to the hospitality or the restaurant industry, and there is a willingness to serve. And this part of our business, we have a foundation called the Sodexo Foundation, creative name. But it's focused on stopping hunger, particularly childhood hunger. And our employees, we have Stop Hunger Month every April, and all of our employees across the world are engaged in it. And there's a couple of programs that we're involved with. Campus Kitchens, which I'm sure many of you know about, feeding people in need and getting our students involved there, and our employees, and the backpack food programs, which we're very involved with, and filling backpacks for students who are in need on weekends and during the summertime. Last year, we were involved in 56 backpack programs serving over 1 million meals and 260,000 backpacks. And that is a part of our business. I talk about our business and the employees that come to work for us as really having a part of their heart in their jobs at the same time. Everybody comes to work because they want and they need a job and they want to make money, but they also are in this industry because they have a mission, and you see it in what they do. And I'm sure many of you know some of our fine employees.